There's an exercise that activates around 20 muscles at the same time, improves your insulin sensitivity, releases a protein that works like fertilizer for your brain, and still serves as a direct predictor of your heart attack risk. It requires no gym, no equipment, and it takes less than 90 seconds to complete. It is 25 push-ups twice a day. And what happens to your body when you maintain this habit for 90 days is something science has already documented, but almost no one is actually doing. Before we go further, let me ask you something. Do you believe that real physical exercise requires at least an hour of training? If the answer is yes, what I am about to show you will completely change that idea. My name is Dr. Thomas Ellsworth, and for years I have studied the intersection between human movement, longevity, and cellular biology. If you're not following this channel yet, subscribe right now. The push-up is one of the most underestimated exercises in history. People look at it and see a gym movement, a chest exercise, something for young people. But biology tells a completely different story. When you lower your body toward the floor and push back up, you are not just contracting your chest, you are recruiting the triceps, the deltoids, the entire core, the glutes, and even stabilizing muscles in the legs. Around 20 muscle groups working at the same time in less than 2 minutes. This is not a simple exercise. It is a systemic command that your body receives. And inside your cells, something specific happens in that moment. A signaling pathway called mTOR is activated. Think of it as a switch. When it is off, your body is in survival mode, breaking down tissue, burning muscle as fuel. When it is on, the body enters building mode. It stops destroying itself and starts rebuilding. The problem is that this switch does not stay on forever. It needs to be reactivated. And that is exactly why doing 25 push-ups twice a day is different from doing 50 all at once. You keep the signal active for longer with less wear. And here is a point most people completely ignore. This level of effort does not tear muscle fibers to the point of requiring 72 hours of recovery, the way heavy weightlifting does. You can do this every day, morning and evening, and each session feeds the previous one. Consistency, in this case, is worth far more than intensity. Now, there is a specific window of the day when this habit delivers even more. First thing in the morning, your cortisol is naturally elevated. Cortisol has a bad reputation as the stress hormone, but it is also an energy mobilizer. When you do your 25 push-ups right after waking up, you direct that cortisol towards something productive. Instead of it circulating and stimulating belly fat accumulation, it becomes real fuel for movement. You turn passive biology into action. And there is something science discovered about the push-up that goes far beyond muscle. Something that connects this exercise directly to your heart. And I am going to show you exactly what that is. A study conducted by the Harvard researchers followed more than 1,100 men over 10 years. The goal was to understand whether the physical capacity to do push-ups had any relationship with heart health. The result was direct and striking. Men capable of performing more than 40 push-ups had a 96% lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease over that period, compared to those who could do fewer than 10, 96%. That is not a marginal difference. It is almost a complete separation between two groups. And what this data reveals is not that the push-up cures the heart. What it reveals is that your ability to move your own body weight against gravity is a mirror of what is happening inside. muscular endurance, vascular function, nervous system efficiency, metabolic control. All of it reflected in that one simple number. How many push-ups you can do today says something very serious about where your health stands right now. Let me ask you something. Do you know how many consecutive push-ups you can do at this moment? Keep that number in mind. It is going to change. But the heart is not the only story here. Something is happening in your blood every time you move, and it directly affects anyone dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or simply that heavy drowsiness after a carb-heavy meal. When you exercise, even lightly, your muscles activate a transporter called GLUT4. This transporter takes the sugar circulating in your blood and carries it directly into the muscle cell where it is used as energy. The detail that changes everything is this. This process happens independently of insulin. The muscle in motion does not wait for the pancreas to act. It acts on its own. This means that 25 push-ups after a meal can reduce the glycemic spike in a direct and immediate way. Not like medication, not like a supplement, like movement. The contracting muscle is itself a metabolic organ. And when you use it regularly, you are training your body to process energy more efficiently day after day. And then there is the brain. You're right, again, when you produce this muscular effort, your body releases a protein called BDNF. The name is technical, but the effect is simple. It acts like fertilizer for neurons. It stimulates the formation of new connections, protects existing brain cells, and has a direct correlation with improved memory, focus, and mood. Researchers have called BDNF one of the most important factors for long-term brain health. And it is released by exercise, including short, intense efforts like this one. So, think about what is happening in less than 90 seconds. You are signaling muscle growth, controlling blood sugar, protecting your heart, and nourishing your brain, all at the same time without leaving your home. But I know what might be going through your mind right now. What if I cannot do even one full push-up? What if my current fitness level is nowhere near 25 repetitions? That is exactly the right question. And the answer is going to surprise you because the protocol I am about to show you was built precisely to start from where you are now, and not from where you wish you were. The human body responds to consistency in a way that intensity alone can never replicate. And that is exactly what the 90-day protocol demonstrates week by week in a measurable way. In the first 2 weeks, you will probably see nothing in the mirror, and that is fine because what is happening is not visible yet. Your nervous system is learning to recruit muscle fibers more efficiently. The connection between brain and muscle, what scientists call the mind-muscle connection, is being calibrated. You are getting stronger before you look stronger. That is the foundation, and it matters more than any aesthetic result. Between the 3rd and 4th week, strength begins to show up in a noticeable way. You will find that the 25 repetitions that once demanded everything from you start to feel more manageable. Your shoulder is more stable. Your posture improves. This is not a coincidence. The stabilizing muscles of the scapula and rotator cuff are being worked every time you lower and push. The push-up, done correctly, is one of the best exercises for shoulder health that exists, not just for strength, for structural integrity. In the 2nd month, real hypertrophy begins. Muscle fibers are responding to the repeated stimulus. Your body composition is changing silently. More muscle means a faster metabolism at rest. It means you burn more energy even while still. And here comes an effect that surprises many people. Sleep quality begins to improve. Regular exercise, even in small and frequent doses, regulates the circadian rhythm and reduces the time the body takes to enter deep sleep. In the third month, the change becomes visible. Body composition shifts clearly. More muscle, less fat, even without a radical change in diet. Posture looks different. Your energy throughout the day feels different. And the markers no one sees, fasting glucose, blood pressure, resting heart rate, are moving in the right direction. 90 days, twice a day, less than 2 minutes per session. Now, if you are thinking that you cannot do even one full push-up on the floor, I need you to hear this carefully. Your starting point does not matter. What matters is that you begin from where you are. The first regression is the wall push-up. You stand an arm's length from the wall, place your hands on it, and push. The movement is the same. The muscle activation is real. The biological signal is sent. When that becomes easy, you move to the knee push-up. The load increases, the movement pattern deepens, and the body keeps responding. And when you do your first complete push-up with your entire body aligned, supported only by your hands and feet, you will understand that it was never a question of ability. It was a question of progression. Science does not ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. A real stimulus repeated regularly produces real adaptation, always, without exception. So I want to leave you with a question to answer in the comments. How many push-ups can you do right now, today, before starting this protocol? Tell me. In 90 days, I want you to come back here and tell me your new number. And if you already practice push-ups regularly, tell me this too. Have you noticed any difference beyond the gym, in your mood, your sleep, your energy? Your answer might help someone who is still on the fence about whether it is worth starting. If this content made sense to you, leave a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and hit the bell so you do not miss what is coming next. If you are not subscribed yet, now is the time.